So, how have you been consistent in your revolutionary spirit throughout all these years?
I did not come to understand what exactly is opposing the war in Vietnam as revolutionary as at the beginning. I learned it from other like the Black Panther and other Asian Americans left at that time. I came to understand what the real revolutionary aspect of it um, when we oppose the war. We oppose the war in that time. At that time, is not only to oppose the war in Vietnam, but for the first time in the movement and for within the U.S., that the voice of indigenous people, the voice of the Vietnamese people, are important in ending the war. And ending the war is good for the U.S. and it's good for the Vietnamese people. And so the view is a little bit larger. The view is a little bit larger when you look at Martin Luther King. He said, then he can't think of Vietnamese as the enemy of black people because they are victim, the same victim. So he opened the view to look at both Vietnamese and American side and the black in the U.S. and he could see that they are the same victim, and so they should join to fight against the war that is carried out by the U.S. And so fighting against the war is revolutionary in that aspect, and in that aspect, the civil rights becomes anti-war. Civil rights is always anti-war, but in the past they didn't know that. They know that only when they link it with the fight, the struggle for peace against war in Vietnam. So that is another aspect of a larger view. And then you can look at Malcolm X and what he said. You can say, you can see that um, what this system is all about. And now you have to look at the systematic way of why the war continues in this country, and they think that you can't stop it because it's linked to wealth of everybody, and they thought so, and so you have to look at even larger to the national liberation movement. They told themselves that it is an ideology, the higher kind of thinking of a capitalist country that caused this constant war, and in order to end it, every country has to fight against it and win it, and for it to abandon the idea of bringing troops to other people's country. And so that is a larger war, and then a larger view of being revolutionary, being progressive, being uh, that means that you have to stop to be anti-capitalistic. If you don't, then you can never end war. The war will continue in one country, and suddenly you found yourself supporting some war, which is really ridiculous in a sense. You look at a longer view and you can see something wrong with it. And also you can see immediately something wrong with the um, the problem that is rigging the world, and European country and the U.S. is going out against Palestine. In many ways, Palestine became the central point where that system is zooming in to destroy these people, and the Palestinian is so resilient that it surprises you. It become a symbol of liberation in this country.